Hi, you guys. I'm going to show you some of the steps that I would follow to draw an eye, and I'm trying to get an eye that looks realistic. I am using my graphite pencils to do this, and I'll walk you through each step. Okay, so we're going to start with drawing the iris, which is the color part of your eye, and for that you want a perfect circle. Perfect circles can be a little bit tricky, but what I have found over the years is if you sort of shut your brain off and let your hand just draw the circle, you'll get there. So there's a part of your brain that's kind of checking your work and judging it, and you need to just get that voice sort of quiet and just let your hand draw. So the way that I would do this is, and I'm using my 4H pencil, so I've got a pretty light one. Just start trying to draw a circle, and it doesn't matter how bad it is. What you want to do is just keep going over it and over it until it gets round. Okay, so your head will fix it if you just let it do its work. Okay, so now you should be able to see somewhere in there, I've kind of got the shape of a circle. Okay, so let's try another one. So just go around and around until you get it. And once you get it, if you could pick it out of there, then you can erase the part you don't want. So now I've switched over to my 3B, and I'm just going to try to get that circle that I was making and get it to look pretty good. And that could be my circle. And then you can erase the part that you don't need. So I could erase in here. When we're drawing the eye, you actually don't have to erase because the part that you just drew, all those extra lines, will get incorporated into your drawing, and actually it helps it. So if you're working on an eye right now, I would say don't bother erasing. The next step after you've practiced getting your circle is trying to do this without the extra lines. So now I'm going to draw my circle, and I'm going to have my hand going around, and my eyes are sort of translating like what I'm seeing my hand do and the circle shape, even though my pencil isn't making a mark. Once I feel like I'm getting it, then I can start making my mark. Okay, and there we go. So that's not a bad circle. A thing that you can do to test your circle is turn it sideways. So I'm going to turn it this way. When you do that, sometimes you might notice that there's a problem with it. So I feel like this one needs to come up there a little bit. It's a little bit uneven. Okay, so I'll give you an example of that too. Let's say I'm drawing that. So you might be able to tell that's quite oval. And if I turn it sideways, especially now, I can really see it's oval. So then just keep going over it and trying to get it round. Turn it a little bit and try to get it round. So just do that. Usually I ask for my students to draw 10 perfect circles, so it might take you a little while to get those. I would include that as a perfect circle. I think you've got the circle shape in there. Okay, so here we go again. I can see it right in there. Can you see it? I'll get my darker one and try to find it. Okay, so there's my circle. All right, that is step one. Actually, it looks a little ovally. That is step one, drawing the eye. The next thing I'll show you how to do is to get the pupil in there, and we're going to also draw the highlight after that.